Andrew, vaše žena říká, že jste takový ten typ, který byl pořád jenom v garáži, a u nás se říká zlaté české ručičky. Takže jestli jste slyšel něco někdy o tom, že v Čechách se říká zlaté české ručičky, a jestli jste ten muž, který se dostal k astronautice díky zlatým českým ručičkám.
I can be today. If you wish, yeah. I haven't heard that, but certainly, I guess if you'd like it to be that way, sure. I'll be the guy with the golden hands. Yeah.
A byla to vaše šikovnost, která vás přivedla až k astronautice?
I don't know. I think it's a bit of luck and good fortune. We all never really know what it is that brings us to be astronauts, but we rely on the people who do the selections, and I've also been part of a selection committee. We try to select people who have some operational experience and some skills, a large skill set to support the program and give different opportunities for scientific investigation within the astronaut office, so that we all understand different parts of science and technology and can use that talent to support the program. So I don't think it was, we're all very talented, and I don't want to take any extra credit than anybody else, but I certainly am glad that I had all that time in the garage working on the cars when I got to the Hubble Space Telescope.
Ale já vás ještě jen tak nepustím. Jak je možné, že z profese, která se jmenovala Engineering Seismology Group, instaloval a provozoval mikroseismické monitorovací zařízení v podzemních dolech, jste se stal americkým astronautem?
Okay, so how did I get from being a geophysicist to being an astronaut? And I guess the answer is my intent was to learn about Earth and ways to study the Earth through geophysical investigation, and my hope was to be able to apply those skills to investigating the Moon and eventually Mars. So I haven't got to that point yet, but at least I've gotten to space, and it's a start. And one of the things I do as a geophysicist and astronaut is to assist with the engineers and planners who are thinking about the eventual return to the Moon, and to investigate scientific and geophysical tools that we will use again when we return to the Moon. We did similar work when the Apollo program was in operation, and we will do geophysical and geotechnical investigations again when we return to the Moon, hopefully with state-of-the-art equipment, advanced equipment.
Andrew, nejste pilot, you already Houston or
Houston, we have a problem.
Takže I hope not. Teď se chci zeptat na to, zase já jsem dostal pár úkolů doma, za vším hledej ženu je pod téma tohoto večera. Já jsem se chtěl zeptat, proč NASA vybírá stále nové a nové astronauty, když je teďka ta ekonomická krize, proč nejedou pořád ti, kteří už to umí?
Well, there aren't any of those guys who know that from before who are around now to go to the Moon. And there are approximately 80 U.S. astronauts. And believe it or not, with as the shuttle program comes to an end, we actually need more operational specialists like astronauts who understand what it's like to fly a spaceship and how to operate one to help design the new spacecraft. We attend many technical meetings, and we give inputs to those programs to help the engineers understand what is required of their design so that we can do the job that they're asking us to do to the best of our ability. And the only way we can do that is with properly designed hardware. And so that's why it's important for us to hire more astronauts to continue that support of the future program.
A Andrew, umíte řídit případně raketoplán, kdyby při těch kosmických verších zaspali všichni piloti?
Yes, but I don't think you'd want me to. We are all trained to fly the space shuttle, but I can assure you that I can, with nowhere near the skill that the commanders and the pilots have of flying the shuttle. So that's why we have a commander and a pilot, and they both know how to fly it. So we have a redundant system there, and hopefully they both won't go at the same time.
Teď se chci zeptat na to, že všichni víme, že ta éra raketoplánů se chýlí ke konci. Jak to budete prožívat, nebo jak to budou prožívat ti, kteří už raketoplány letěli, ti, kteří se na jejich stavbě léta podíleli, ti, kteří za ně bojovali a žili? Tak bude to smutné loučení, nebo chápete, že je třeba jít dál?
I don't think so. All of us understand, at least I believe all of the astronauts understand, that there is a need, if we are going to shift focus, and I believe we will, to return to the moon, it's important for us to understand that we do not have the resources, either in manpower or funding, to be able to support two space programs, one with space shuttles and one that would support moon landings. So with those limited resources, we really need to concentrate our efforts. And in addition to that, for the past 30 years, we've been flying in low Earth orbit with the space stations and the space shuttles, and the Russians have been doing the same, and we believe that it's important to find out how to live and exist off of the planet for long periods of time, and eventually have a permanent human presence off of this planet. And the only way to do that is to start focusing our efforts out of low Earth orbit, which is where the space shuttle flies.
Už jste to trochu zmínil, letos oslavujeme 40. výročí mise Apollo 11. Mnoho se stalo od té doby a lidé vlastně prožívali toto výročí, vzpomínali na ty velké chvíle, kdy se to stalo. Jakým způsobem se NASA za ta léta změnila a vlastně úspěch možná celého programu Apollo byl v takovémto kompetitivním prostředí, které tehdy bylo samozřejmě za studené války mezi Sovětským svazem a Spojenými státy. Jaké to prostředí je dnes?
I think we operate now on a much more cooperative basis. Certainly, the International Space Station has its name, International Space Station, because it is operated and has hardware supported by many nations around the world. So we really have a very cooperative relationship, primarily with the Russians and the other participating nations, the parts of the European Space Agency, which the Czech Republic is now a part of as well. And so we value those relationships, and we actually look to the technical skills and assets that the other nations possess to help us in the design and development of our own programs. So it's useful and of benefit to all of us to have that cooperation.